Control plus 1 creates a new dialog resource. Shift plus the up arrow resizes the selected control, making it shorter. Shift plus down arrow resizes the selected control, making it taller. Shift plus left arrow resizes the selected control, making it thinner. Shift plus right arrow resizes the selected control, making it longer. Up arrow moves control up one dialog unit. Down arrow moves control down one dialog unit. Left arrow moves control left one dialog unit. Right arrow moves control right one dialog unit. Control plus C copies selected control. Control plus V pastes selected control. Shift plus F9 aligns horizontal centers of selected controls with the dominant one. Control plus left arrow aligns left edges of selected controls with the dominant one. Control plus right arrow aligns right edges of selected controls with the dominant one. Control plus down arrow aligns bottom edges of selected controls with the dominant one. Control plus Shift plus B places selected buttons at the bottom center of a dialog box. Control plus F9 centers the controls vertically within the dialog box. Control plus B places selected controls in the upper right of dialog box. Alt plus Enter displays the selected controls properties dialog box. F7 resizes selected control to fit caption text. Control plus D allows us to set the tab order. Control plus G cycles among No Grid, Guidelines, and Grid when editing a dialog box. Control plus T runs the dialog box to test appearance and behavior.
You may pause the tape now.
Let's review what we have covered in this chapter. We learned many shortcuts when editing a dialog resource.
We created a new dialog resource, created new buttons, and used Timesavers to manipulate these controls.
In this chapter, we are going to learn how to use Timesavers when working with resources such as images.
We'll begin at the Microsoft Developer main screen.
The first thing we'll do is open the Build menu and choose Rebuild All. After we have a clean build, let's press Ctrl plus 5. This creates a new bitmap image resource. By default, the pencil tool is activated for us. If we wanted to quickly change to the airbrush tool, we would simply press A. Now we can draw with the airbrush tool. If we wanted to switch to the brush tool, we press D. Now we can draw with the paintbrush. Let's draw a single line with the current size selected. If we press the plus key, we can increase the brush size by 1 pixel in each direction. If we keep pressing the plus key, notice each time our brush size becomes larger. In turn, if we want to make our brush size smaller, we can press the minus key. This key reduces the brush size by 1 pixel in each direction. Let's press P. This allows us to draw using a single pixel pencil. We can change the drawing color to the next palette color by pressing the right bracket key. Notice the color change from black to maroon. Let's draw a single line with a maroon color. To change the drawing color to the previous palette color, we press the left bracket key. Notice how our color has changed back to black. Let's use another drawing tool. We press the comma key and the Select Color tool is activated. This tool allows us to adopt a color from an image, then use that color. For example, the drawing color is currently black. With the Select Color tool, we click an area on the maroon line. Now when we move to a blank area of our drawing area, we see that we have adopted the maroon color. There are several ways of erasing when working with an image resource. Here's an easy way to do this. Let's erase the drawing area. We can press Shift plus P and see the Erase tool activated. Now we can erase what's in our drawing area. With our drawing area blank, let's press E. This activates the Ellipse tool with the current color and line width. We'll draw a small ellipse. We can fill the ellipse with color by pressing F, which activates the Fill tool. We fill the ellipse by placing the Fill tool inside the ellipse and click our mouse button. The ellipse is filled with the current color. Let's erase the ellipse. We press Shift plus P and use our eraser. Now let's press Shift plus E. This activates the Filled Ellipse tool. We draw a small ellipse in the drawing area and we see an ellipse that has already been filled. We'll press Ctrl plus Z to undo the action, and again our drawing area is blank. Now let's press Shift plus R. This activates the Fill Rectangle tool. We draw a small filled rectangle on our screen. Again, we press Ctrl plus Z to undo this action. We can press Shift plus N to activate the Filled Round Rectangle tool. This is almost the same as the filled rectangle except for the round edges. We'll again draw a small example of this. Now let's press L. This activates the Line tool. We'll draw a diagonal line through the filled round rectangle. We can flip the image horizontally by pressing X. We can also flip the image vertically by pressing Y. If we press Z, we can rotate the image or selection 90 degrees. Let's